obvious to everyone on the network.
So it's like a permanent, unbreakable record of every Bitcoin transaction.
Pretty much.
That's pretty impressive. But there's one thing I'm still wondering about. How are new Bitcoins created in the first place?
That's a great question, and it leads us to the concept of Bitcoin mining.
Mining, like digging for gold.
Well, not exactly digging in the dirt, but the idea of uncovering something valuable is there. Bitcoin mining is the process by which new Bitcoins are created and transactions are verified on the network.
Okay, so how does that actually work?
Imagine a global competition where people are using powerful computers to solve incredibly complex math problems. These miners, as they're called, are racing to solve these puzzles, and the first one to crack the code gets to add the next block of transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain.
So it's like a giant digital Sudoku competition, and the winner gets to write the next page of Bitcoin's history.
That's a great way to put it. And for their efforts, they get rewarded with newly created Bitcoins.
Wow, that's pretty wild. So no government printing press is involved. New Bitcoins are created by these miners solving math problems.
Exactly. It's a very different system than what we're used to with traditional currencies.
So we've covered what Bitcoin is. We talked about how it works on a decentralized network, and we've even touched on how new Bitcoins are created through mining.
Yeah.
But what can you actually DO with Bitcoin?
Well, that's a question with a lot of answers, and we'll dive into that after a quick word from our sponsors.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be right back with more on The Deep Dive.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Before the break, we were talking about how new Bitcoins are created through a process called mining.
Yeah, mining. It's such a strange word to use for something that's all digital.
Right, it does conjure up images of pickaxes and gold rushes,
Right.
but it's really all about computational power. These miners are basically competing to solve these incredibly complex math problems. And the first one to solve the problem gets to add the next block of transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain.
Okay, so they're like digital prospectors.
In a way, yeah.
But instead of digging in the dirt, they're using computers to solve equations?
Exactly.
And the winner gets, what, a Bitcoin trophy.
Haha. Not quite a trophy, but they do get rewarded with newly created Bitcoins. It's like a payment for their computational work.
Yeah. So no government printing press is involved. New Bitcoins are created by these miners solving math problems. Okay, I think I'm following so far. But let's get practical for a second.
Yeah.
What can you actually DO with Bitcoin?
Ah, the million-dollar question. Well, in the early days, Bitcoin was mainly seen as a way to make online payments. A kind of digital cash, if you will.
Okay, so like buying stuff online.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've heard that it's becoming more than just that.
You're absolutely right. As Bitcoin has gained popularity, its uses have expanded way beyond just online